Welcome to the Hamsey Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Paulo Navarro. Today is Tuesday, April 3rd, 2012. Today's economic data, we had factory orders which came 1.3% and we're expecting 1.4%. FOMC minutes were also out today. For the markets, the S&P 500 futures saw a high of the day of 1412 and a low of the day of 1399.5. We closed at 1408.5. Today's volume was 1.7 million contracts, in line with the 20-day moving average. For the Nasdaq futures, we saw a high of the day of 2791.5 and a low of the day of 2763. We closed at 2780. Today's volume was 250,000 contracts, a little higher than the 20-day moving average of 230,000 contracts. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline differential closed at negative 910. Nasdaq advanced decline differential closed at negative 981. There were 37 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and 4 new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. Okay, here we have the daily chart for ES. As you can see here, we had a red candlestick today. We were down around 4 handles, but it was a big reversal from the lows. We were below 1400 at a given point and then came back. So you can see here the 30-minute chart for the intraday. The ES was down almost all day, but then when the Fed minutes came out around 1 p.m., the market started selling off very fast. Just kept on selling and selling, making new lows. We broke 1400 for a minute, but then we just find some buyers and the market bounced from the lows, ending up only 4 handles down, which was very positive. We were 7 handles up from the lows. In the last hour there were a lot of buyers here, you could see. For the gold futures, we saw a big down day today, almost 2%. They didn't like what the FOMC came. Bernanke saying that they're not likely to get another round right now, so they're waiting on more easing for the economy. As you can see here, we ended almost at the lows of the day. We're out right now at very critical points. If we are able to break these lows on gold, we're probably going to a 1600 that we've been calling on the weekly chart. You can see here the trend line. We also broke for the week the 50-day moving average, which is important. It had been support last couple of weeks. We broke it, so we're looking for the 1600 level here. And now on the monthly chart, a very important trend line. This is the monthly chart. You can see here that this trend line has been acting as resistance almost for a couple of years now. We're getting pretty close and it's almost at the 600 level. So the 600 level is going to be a key support for the gold futures. As for silver, today for silver we saw a down day again, 1.5%. It wasn't as bad as gold, but still we saw a big down day. We continue to be on the 32 level. We're watching 31.5 level on the downside. Below that we're probably going to see the high 20s, and above that we're looking at the 3350, which is the 50-day moving average. Today one important fact to look was the bonds, the US bond, the 30 yield. The 30 years very big today. As you can see here, we had a huge outside day. We broke the 200-day moving average, which is very important here. This is the level we've been looking at, the 200-day moving average. If we're able to, that is going to act as resistance right now. If it holds, we're probably looking for further downside here, even below the lows of last week and last month. So keep an eye on the 200-day moving average of the 30-year US bond treasury. For the VIX, we had a flat day today again. Nothing's happening on the VIX. It's going up intraday, but then it's ending at its lows, basically flat. We've seen this for a couple of times. It's playing with its 20-day moving average. Today it closed at 1566, and its 20-day moving average is at 1568, so almost close above it, but not quite. So we'll continue to keep an eye on the 20-day moving average that has been resistance for the last couple, for the whole year. as a matter of fact. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow.